Welcome to Paving the Community. Here we do have open and honest conversations about faith, purpose, and relationship as Christians. No filters, just real people, real stories, and real growth. Let's get started. Today, I do have an amazing friend that I've actually known for a lot of years. How many years?
Almost 8 to 10 years.
8 to 10 years.
Yes.
And I just don't want to butcher any word or say anything regarding him. I want him to actually say what he does and what he loves doing. So, Watson, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, beloved. My name is Watson Waiyaki. Where I come from, we say Wamora na Wajiro. And basically, I'm just Nimelelewa Rongere. So I'm born in Nairobi. Everything has been Nairobi, most of the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe just a story high school and my primary, where I went a bit off from Nairobi.
Yeah.
But basically, huko ndo nimegrow.
Nairobi.
Yes.
So Nairobi is your home?
Nairobi is home.
Same case to me.
Actually, nikiulizwa kama story kuna ushago, most of the time nasemaga sina ushago.
Yeah.
Ni huku.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same case to me. Now, today the topic that we'll actually dive in is regarding perseverance in life. Now, we will actually know why you're the one who's supposed to actually do that topic today. So, Watson, what's perseverance?
Good topic. And from where I'm seated, perseverance comes from way long since nilianza when I was in primary school. I would say so.
Yeah.
The transition of kutolewa nyumbani, going to boarding school at an early age. I guess it was in class 6 or class 5. That's where I started the journey of perseverance. But at that moment, that wasn't it. Now, in terms of perseverance, I'll have like two explanations. We have how we think about it in the carnality or maybe the dictionary way.
Yeah.
And the other explanation will come from the spiritual aspect or the biblical way.
Okay.
In terms of the carnality or the how we think in terms of success, to me, I feel like it's just the persistence of something towards achieving your goal, regardless whether you feel there is a delay in your life or difficulties towards achieving your success or before your success manifests in your life. In terms of the biblically, I always feel this is the act of persistence or to endure something, the act of endurance. In terms of you need to know God well. You need, even in terms of when there are trials, when there are temptations, when you are stressed.
Yeah.
But along the way, you get that, you trust in God, there's steadfastness, and also you have that faith and still are waiting for God's promises to get better to you. So with that, I feel like your character develops and you get to be a better person. Yes, those are my two definitions of perseverance in life.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah.
And who are you as Watson?
Watson, I'll start with Watson is a young man who's blessed. Watson is a young man who's determined. He's vicious. I do have a vision, yes, I would say that. And all in all, I'll say, tuseme ni ya kublow trumpets or anything, God has helped me to also become an entrepreneur along the way. So I'm also an entrepreneur. And I do real estate.
Yeah.
So real estate is what I do. I sell houses most of the time. I also do rentals. And along the way, I've also discovered there's a purpose for me to be also in that side. So when I sell houses, there's a certain feeling that I get when I'm giving houses to people. So it gives me a certain feeling of satisfaction.
Yeah.
When I see a client or you taking a house from me, there's a certain kind of satisfaction that you get. And that drives me every day when I wake up. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you feel like I don't need to work. But at the end of the day, as long as I wake up, I always say, I keep the stone rolling until that day when I'm going to make something come out of it. Okay. Yes.
You have mentioned your real estate.
Yes.
Tell us more about Portikid Reality.
This goes back way to 2018, 2019. This started as a family business. I was once employed in a family business.
Okay.
So this came way after high school, just after high school. And I'm like, there's not enough staying home.
Yeah.
Computer packages, I don't feel like I need to take them.
Wait.
So I'm like, what do I do? Watch an engage industry. Let me try and do something. Just like it was a bit blindly. And then I guess like 2 years along the way in the family business and growing. Of course, when it's family and dealing with money, sometimes you always have some hiccups. And of course, family is much more, you can't compare it with money. There's much more to money than even losing a family juu ya pesa. And the other aspect was I was going to school. So after maybe a year or two of being in that field, I went to school. So I studied civil engineering, which I never completed because of, now again, still real estate. And upon the kutoka that company, the family business, I went straight into school, started my civil engineering the first year. The second year is always attachment. And in that point of the first year, I used to get calls. So nilikuwa naona ni kama I cannot do this alone. But because of maybe the connection that already nilikuwa nazo, nilikuwa nimeanza kupata clientels even way and even referrals. So how it began, so how it began, it just began like me nishamalizana na story ya real estate, let me go to school, I'm doing civil engineering, mimi nakuwa tu engineer wangu, nasonga nayo until and then I started receiving calls when I'm still in school. And every time kulikuwa na classes na bado ninapata calls, I used to schedule my clients like way later on, like after classes. So in school I didn't sikuwa nina mingle na watu sana. So like it was school, class imeisha, I'm away. I'm going to either post, I'm going to do my marketing, I've been everything in that in Porticade. I've been everything. So I'm out, nienda. If people are going tunasema like waenda form ama they're going to do, know this. And along the way I met a lady, and sometimes I always say it's good to meet people along the way. I once met a lady who challenged me, and they're like, Watson, this business that you're doing, okay, it's family business, but si ati huwezi fanya pia we mwenyewe. It's something that you can do. Mind you, I've been receiving calls and and I'm like, why not form something on my own? And that's how I went, sat down, did a research, came up with Porticade Realty. If you search on that name, ata ni kama haiko, but I just wanted something that is exclusive. Yes.
Okay. So Porticade okay, you just took the name hivyo tu ama what?
No, Porticade was just a research, but inspired to be different and standing out.
Okay.
I always feel like it's good to stand out in your business, amachi unafanya. Like don't be so normal to people. Like even when people call me, they're like, is this Poti? Wanachia jina hapo. Is this Poti? Inachika hapo. So I wanted to stand out even in this industry. And then it was always a tough industry if you're not well versed, if you don't know people. And that's how I became a real estate agent. Maybe along Waiyaki doing some rentals. But also the other thing that came is along the way we get to learn things. I once met a CEO that I'm always thankful for, a CEO who changed my mind. Back then in 2018 and 2019, I used to be that, how do I call it? Watu wa reggae. I love reggae so much. And
also the one who's there behind.
Oh, behind the camera. Yeah. So I used to love reggae so much. And I used to have a small beaded ring with a flag of Jamaica. That's for the reggae. And I also had a chain, an African chain. And then the CEO once asked me, Watson, you claim that you want to be selling houses and you want to sell houses, you want to go high end. Yet from Thursdays until Saturdays or maybe Sundays, you want to hang out with your cousins, you want to be taking alcohol, you want to be just chilling. Tell me when you're going to be garnering clients if you want to sell a house worth 80 million or you want to sell a house worth 24 million. Utampata wapi, utamtoa wapi? And that to me was a wake-up call, of which nasemaga even never experienced maybe in my life, singefika hapo. Because I remember when it dawned on me, I went to Lower Kabete. My first client maybe ilikuwa story ya nyumba ya kuuza. It was a house that was going for around 10 million. And I went, and the client was from UN. And upon arrival, it was a weekend. So I'm in my Converse, I have rugged jeans, I have t-shirts, I have my ring, na niko na chain. And na nikafika, I was driving but not my car, so someone's car. Na nikafika. And upon arrival, that woman sized me from bottom to up and up to bottom. And at that moment, I'm like, damn, Watson, what you were told. And the first question was, are you the one we were communicating with on phone? And that was the first thing. And I'm like, oh, kumbe. Even my perception, ama vile ameniona
the way
too.
You were.
Yes, like are you the one who's going to show me the house? I'm like, yes, it's me. But how I'm dressed, no. Yes. And now that shifted everything. From I still do love reggae, but now at least it's on my back end. But whatever you see in our what I try to portray out here, now it's gonna be something different from now this journey yenye nimekuwa nayo.
Yeah.
So since then, that was around maybe 2020, 2021. Yeah, that was when I was transitioning maybe from these the middle class, some of the rental houses to the high-end houses. Yes, and now that's where I feel also the shift of life and perseverance and hardship came along. Yes, but all along God has been grateful.
Okay.
Yes.
And what drives you?
What drives me?
Because sisi tukingangana kumaliza our degree.
Yes.
Ulikuwa like kaende. So what drives you?
Maybe I forgot to mention this. I never graduated, and maybe I was ningepita mtihani, but I never succeeded to my third year. And I failed. And I was doing NEC. And I failed. And one day, and I have a friend who I'm always thankful for.
Yeah.
She's been there in my life throughout. And one day after nimepata results, I kind of even pulled away from people. Like, why would I fail yet I had all the answers?
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Why would I fail yet I had all the answers? Okay. Tuongee ukweli maybe.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I had all the answers. So why would I fail? Most of the time, maybe I didn't go to classes at 7. My head by the time I take 7, it's too heavy to wake up. So sikuwa naenda. And after the results, I felt so bad that I'm failing in this exam. Yet people who were in the same room next to me and everything, they are proceeding to the final year. I never proceeded. Actually, maybe this is even a story. My parents, maybe when they see, they're going to be shocked.
Kuuliza why you didn't graduate?
No, of course, for them, they know. Okay. Real estate took the better part of me.
Okay.
And of course, there's money and everything. So, so along the way, after nilipata hiyo, I sat down and that one friend akaprint certificate.
Yeah.
Akaprint certificate. And akaniletea certificate, a trophy, and something else. But zilikuwa point either December, it was a gift kinda. Na akaniletea na akaniambia, Watson, just because you never graduated from whatever you are doing ama huku proceed, don't feel too bad. This is a certificate of you. Do whatever you feel like you want to do in this life.
Yeah.
This trophy, put it somewhere you're going to see it every day.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder that when you wake up, you're still a champion, you're still a winner.
Yeah.
And even times when you feel low, look at it, tell yourself, you still have to soldier on, battle on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And even ulikuja.
Okay, but I'll say it over here. In our group,
yes,
you and Manu, Beda, you guys have been inspirational to me, like a lot, because you guys push hard, like hata kama uko na hiyo Porticade, you guys, you remember the business that you guys opened?
Yes.
Sijui kama bado iko.
No.
But muliacha?
Kwanza business ni biashara. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sawa. But you guys have really been an inspiration to me. Nikiwa shule, nilikuwa nakumbuka like, okay, if Watson has a company right now, hadi ukabai, you bought a car when you were still in campus.
Yes.
Nilikuwa like, God of Watson. But also it's because you've also put effort and work and you're determined to do like whatever you normally do. But also I know that CRT, you haven't had challenges.
Yes.
So what are some of the challenges that you've had? And if najua ziko, and if they're there, how have you been able to overcome them?
So now in terms of the challenges, zimekuwa ni mingi. These are things that sometimes go unseen. They go unsaid.
Yeah.
But behind those closed doors, only I and God know how much I feel towards all this. So when I was starting now going to high end, I started now clashing. From having money to not having money, to not sustaining myself in those high-end areas, to now even coming back to now, I need nikae tu kwa nyumba. I decided to start a YouTube channel by a friend of mine, Spot On. And he helped me maybe.
Spot On Vacations?
Spot On 254. Yes, Spot On 254. So he helped me in that journey pia. So I am still growing in that. Introduced me, like it was a win-win. Like nimpe manyumba, I still continue showing the channels and everything. And it was part of growth.
Yeah.
And along the way, that's when I realized like even for my own company, I can still do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that's how I now started doing the recording of the videos.
Yeah.
And along the way, it seems like YouTube is a very hard thing sometimes to grow it. Ngumu. But nilikuwa nasema, I wish I have 500 views and 10 serious clients or potential clients, lead to 5 coming to site and lead to 1 to sell a house. I used to say that. And there's one day that I used to go to Lavington. There are times that I used to even boda.
Ulituambia hiyo story?
Niambia story.
Yeah.
I used to go to Lavington na boda and I would see all those big cars. God, pia watu wanako nazo. Ni wanaume kama mimi. They are human beings like me.
Yeah.
I also want one.
Yeah.
And there are days, I remember time nilikuwa na client still in Lavington. Amekuja ameona nyumba, everything is good and we are good to go. But along the way, kuna hiccups. And these are maybe another revelation of don't speak about your destiny or don't speak about something that has not manifested in your life. You might jeopardize it along the way, or sharing it with you might jeopardize it along the way, because nimekuja pia kuona not everyone is real with you. So naweza kuambia kitu na ikose kufika, of which that's one challenge nimekuwa nayo. So along the way I'm still learning not to overshare things with people and wait until people see whatever God is doing for you. So hapo ndo nimefika.
Okay.
So in Lavington, I remember there was a time nilikuwa na boda. Like by the time ninatoka Lavington to Waiyaki way, because I live your side za Waiyaki way, hakuna matatu nipeleka hapo vizuri. Most of them in the town and everything. So I used to take a bike to James Gishuru ABC. And at that moment I used to see cars and I'm like, God, I can just hope this is the last time wala ninapanda piki. Aki Mungu tu, Mungu wangu. Aki, you know how much I need this. Clients used to call me. Then after that, there's a cousin of mine I'm so thankful of. Nilikuwa ninamwomba gari. And I used to go to his place. Namwomba gari, namwambia, hey bro, so nisaidia tu gari, let me go and rush nione client. Even my brother had a car, but I would go to my cousin kuomba. He understood me better along the way. He also mentored me in some way. Alinipea nyumba. I used to work in his house. Post. No results, no nothing. Kambia, God, please remember me. I remember there's one day nilikuwa nimejifungia kwa nyumba. And I'm like, you know what, God? I guess I am done. Na history ya kukimbiza na high end. This is not my place. This is not where I'm supposed to be maybe. Wacha nirudi side za Waiyaki and maybe continue hustling here and there. Let me get my sintapata sapa, nitapata kuvaa. And life continues. And I remember a week later or 2 weeks later, I got a call, an international call. They're like, hi, my friend. So this work I had done like a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Hi, my friend, how are you? I'm coming to Kenya. I'll be there in Kenya in the next 1 week. 1 week came, he came. Let me tell you, I guess tunasemaga his answers ni yes and amen.
Yeah.
Like hakunaga in between. Okay, ni yes, no, or wait.
Or wait. Yeah.
And let me tell you, that day deal ilifungwa same day.
What? Nukalipwa that day?
No. So maybe nilipata the first payments ile kidogo. So I used to work in the streets of Nairobi. Natembea ninakaa yes, ninakaa broke, but I'm like, God, sijalipwa yote, but ni kidogo. Now, if there's one thing I used to say, and this is about my grandmother, may she rest in peace. I dress for her. I remember there was a time I met her when I was working, just going nikienda job, and I met her. Like she used to stretch. You stretch maybe ya kutoka kwenye yako hadi kwetu, na alikuwa na stretch. Anipata either nikiwa na client, nimekimbia haraka sana, dressed in official, like hivyo tu, you know me. Yeah? I used to love official, like let me just have a representation out there. Nikapata naye pale akaniambia, Waiyaki, keep on. Kaeka jabari niko yomia. A male child, kazi yake ni kuvumilia.
Yeah.
Just go and hustle like other men. It's gonna be okay one day. But never forget also to look good. Because one thing, my grandmother always looked good. Kama kwa nyumba, looking good. Like umcall mwambie tunaenda, mtatoka.
Ako ready.
Yeah, she's always
ready.
Yes. Kama ni nguo, she knows what she wants. So I always say I dress this for her.
Yeah.
And along the way I used to say, before any client meets me nitakuwa already nime-establish. So the first few things that the first money that I got nilienda haraka sana. Nilienda mahali nikanunua nguo hadi mtu akastuka. Akaniuliza ni kazi ya ofisi? Ni nini? Nikamwambia ni kazi tu yangu. Hizi nguo I bought haya. I've struggled in campus again. Shoes. Kiatu ya kwanza ilikuwa imetoboka. Ilitoboka hapa juu. Like hii kucha kubwa.
Ulikuwa na kiatu moja?
Hapana. Like my pair of canvas ya black.
Okay.
Ikatoboka hapa hivi juu. So iko na shimo. Nilikuwa site. Now hiyo time ilikuwa attachment ya engineering. Haya. The same shoe chini inaingiza maji. I felt so bad in my heart. To be honest, I felt so bad. Haya kwetu. That time tulikuwa na fence ya the life fence. So kuna kiatu nilikuwa nimeacha nje ya makongo, but it was a good shoe, a casual shoe. Nimeacha nje. Dogi ni nani? Ikakuja ikachukua
kiatu ikapeleka kwa
only one, not a pair, only one shoe. So definitely the other shoe is not functional. And I felt bad. Nilikuwa nasema akinasikia vibaya. Na nasemaga ile kwa roho, I always say like kwenye nitapata pesa, where I get the money. Trust you me guys, I'm gonna buy them. I bought shoes and clothes na ile ya yes. So and that's how I started hiyo nini yangu sasa. Kutoka hapo I'm like I'll be dressing for my clients, I'll be showing up, I'll be standing in front of that camera. If you go and look at my first video, I had a man one day akasema TV is not for you, you're not made for this, maybe you're just doing because maybe you have the spot on people, but it's not made for you. And of course we always have that fright ya camera at first times.
Yeah.
But if you look back, like maybe the last video I did was maybe like months ago. But if you look at it and you go to where I started, I'm not in the same place. So I'll say, nimekuwa na hiyo growth. So overcoming challenges has been, most of them, trusting in God. Regardless.
Yeah.
And in the journey of trusting God, na feel like sometimes it becomes hard. Obedience becomes hard. And you always understand that regardless of where you go, whether you choose this or whether you choose that, kama this is His will, that is what you're gonna follow. That is what you're gonna follow. So going high end has maybe the most issues. Sometimes it's finances, if you're not well established. Finances. And of course we have people in those areas who are well established. So why would a client leave them for you? You understand me? But along the way, I always say there is something for everyone.
Yeah.
Even whatever you're doing, so many people are doing this.
Yeah.
But definitely you're gonna have your viewers and they're gonna have their viewers. So there's something for everyone in any industry.
Yeah.
But nasemaga God's grace, God's mercies will lead you to the right places. Na kwenye uko saizi ama where you are in life right now, that's where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed to be. So don't force too much, like just trust in God that everything is going to fall into place. And I'm in a point in life where I'm still learning about seasons in life. Where I feel like every step of this journey and along the way has been a season for me. I had a season where I used to get calls and clientele telling me, nitafutie nyumba kwenye Ann Waiguru anaishi. Do I know where Ann Waiguru lives? Of course I don't know. But what do? I'm going to research. I'm going to go running looking. Now this happens when I used to have a friend. Your time I didn't have a car. I used to have a friend who used to go running. Hadi alikuwa anasema, hii kazi nafanya, I'm not doing this work for me. I'm doing this work more for you. I'm more of helping you than, okay, yeah. Yes, chenye nitafanya, I'll be maybe paying for fuel. Iyo. But for him, so it's lunch, fuel, we call it a day.
Yeah.
And we continue. So along the way, I've gotten to learn. I've learned people. I've met high people or high-end people or even clienteles that even sometimes wealth doesn't shout.
Yeah.
Wealth is so subtle. And he happens to be a name of a very big company in Kenya. But he made me realize that sometimes having all this too much money, sometimes it's not all that you think. So I was maybe we were going to see a house in Kiuna. And I remember one day, tumeenda hiyo nyumba and he's like, I feel like this house is too big for us. It's just me and my wife. My kids are...
For real?
Yes, my kids are way gone. And then in my mind, I'm like...
How did he actually reach you?
Online.
What?
Online. And thank you. And I was like, this house is too big. I'm trying to sell these houses because people prefer these big houses.
Yeah.
And you're here telling me that you don't want this house because it's too big for you. It's just you and your wife.
Yeah.
And then along the way, like we saw houses, they're like, they're good, but I don't feel like I want these houses. But I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Young man, keep on doing whatever you're doing and you're gonna go far.
And he prayed for you.
No, he just said those, you're gonna go far. So keep on doing what you're gonna do. And later on, I've been trying to engage him, like, now that's like a network for me. So he never bought a house with me, but we have conversations once in a while. Maybe I'll call him like, 1, 2, 3 is not going on well. How will you assist? And along the way, I've also met clients with, how do you say, pesa yako hapo katikati. The rich money. The rich. Where a client is maybe gonna tokelelesha vizuri, just because of maybe ulimwambia you are going to the Kitusuru, but you never specified kama ni new Kitusuru ama old Kitusuru. You're like, hey Watson, you told me it's new Kitusuru, where are we heading to? I'm like, oh, relax guys. But for me, I would say all along that has been a journey for me. It has been a journey of understanding how people operate, to understand that people are also different in these ways. So in terms of the challenges, I always say overcoming them, you need a lot of Mungu sana. We'll need God inside the businesses that we do. Yeah. Because along the way, there are scammers, there are people who are gonna maybe try and use my name to scam people, which is another challenge. Yes.
Okay. How can you advise somebody who's starting up a business?
Starting up a business, I always say it's not easy. But again, if you go with the aspect of it's not easy, there's no place that you're gonna go that is easy. Whatever you're doing, it's not that it's easy. If I'm given whatever you're doing to do, I know maybe it's gonna be a hard task for me to do. If I go to someone who's selling smoky, to them or to me nakaa ni rahisi kusimama na napasulia market, napasulia watu. But if I'm actually placed in that point, and I feel like no. But along the way, I always say God will give you the grace to sustain yourself and to build up. Yeah. So first and foremost, I'll always say, manze, involve God as the first thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
We humans have a tendency of tunaanza kitu, when it's going the other side, you're like, hey God, uko wapi? When God, umenisahau. You get me?
Yeah, I get
but from
you.
the word go ni ati, you never involved God in whatever you're doing. So for me, saizi nitasema, because hata mimi hiyo time I was doing things blindly. So maybe inakani kama ilianza kitambo, but si kwanza kitambo. Actually, I feel like right now is when I'm starting now. It's when I'm starting this journey where I need to involve God. Yeah. Then the other thing that people have made me understand is not all about money, because we also have the aspect of money. You don't have money. You don't have this.
Yeah.
It's more of also now your connection, which this connection from the biblical side, we call them either destiny helpers, destiny connectors. There's just someone who has been placed along the way for you to be able to come and assist you at that level of life or where you are in life. Yeah. So for me, I'll say form a relationship with God, do more of networking, do more of even praying or internal work, because tunaambiwa money will always follow money. So by the time pesa pia inakufikia, you also need to be someone or somewhere. So how do you dress? How do you talk? Who do you hang out with? Because I had to lose a lot of people along the way to get where ama kwenye niko. Sijafika, but kwenye niko saa hizi, along the way, you need to shed off a lot of people.
Hiyo nitakuuliza baadaye.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes, you need to shed a lot of people along the way. So this journey pia inakuwa na self-realization along the way. Yeah. So you realize that whatever I was doing in the last 3 years, actually, it's not even it. So there is something that I need to be following up there. And the other thing is being educated. Educated doesn't mean kusoma, because not every person when you see that is wealthy ama someone who's blessed ati ni kusoma. But it's good to educate yourself. But first and foremost, educate yourself more about God. Have that space between you and God and get deeper kujijua. Of which I always feel like it's a journey before tufike pale.
Apo.
It's a journey, but get it, because it's going to help you one day. I mean, it's going to anchor you one day. When your knowledge won't apply, when your wisdom won't apply, only God's either, wacha nisiniite favor, God's favor ikikulocate, you're good to go. There was once a preaching I had that when God's favor locate you, whether you're praying, whether you're not, whether you're a believer, whether you're an unbeliever, kama favor ya God imekulocate, those doors are gonna open for you.
Yeah.
If favor comes through men, those men who have been ordained to be part of your life will always be part of your life.
Yeah.
Yes. So along the way, you're going to meet obstacles, but in those obstacles, you're going to meet people to help you and carry you through. So at that moment, make connections, make the networks. Because now along the way, watakusaidia, because maybe if I'm stressed in one thing, or if maybe nimepata one person who is wealthy, and maybe shida yangu maybe ni ya 2 million or 3 million. If I go and pitch an idea, or maybe I say I need some help, in exchange maybe there's 10% of whatever I'm going to be getting.
Yeah.
So that means that person will grant you 5 million or 2.
Yeah.
Si lazima. Na maybe he doesn't want anything.
Yeah.
In his revelation was like, I need to help Watson. But until that day he approaches me, that's when I'm going to help. So also now having that discernment, that how should I handle this client? How should I handle this friend of mine? How should I handle this relationship that I'm forming with people? Because sometimes we might also fumble thinking that this is the right thing to do, but it is not.
Okay.
Yes.
What are some of the wins that you have encountered in Puticade?
The things.
Wins, ushindi.
Oh, the wins.
Yeah.
Or the wins that I've encountered along the way. Number one thing I would say, I met God. I met God. And I keep on saying, if I was to take time back, I wish I knew God earlier. There's some question ulizaga mtu, if you were to take yourself back ama a younger self, what will you say ama what ungefanya? I keep on saying I wish I knew God earlier. I've always been this vibrant person who wants to experience life. My high school was a bit chaotic because nilitoka primary school nikitaka kwenda high school kujibamba. That was my analogy. And along the way nikakuja kudiscover.
Na mbona tuition ulikuwa unakaa kama?
Serious. Nilikuwa nakuja.
Tulikuwa tunaenda tuition?
Tulikuwa tunaenda tuition. Ni mzazi. Ni mzazi. Ni mzazi, of course. But of course wazazi, they want the betterness for us. But it was a bit chaotic. Nilikuwa mtu hyper. I went to school in Murang'a High School. So I had 2 letters. Murang'a High School and another one, sijui kama ilikuwa Kiangoma, sijui ilikuwa gani. But I had 2 letters, invitations za shule mbili. And I'm looking which is the bad one kuliko this
ingine.
Ni gani mbaya kuliko ile ingine. So is it either Kiagogo or is it Murang'a High School? I'm like, hii inakuwa na flex mingi. Hii is subtle, but story ya madre, pombe iko. This is what I want.
Murang'a.
This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do. And I chose Murang'a. Little did I know that. Nimekwambia also hizi vitu zote tunafanyaga. We might think this is, but sio sisi. Enda huko. And the moment I got to Murang'a, things changed. I met Murang'a High School. It was in a transition from a provincial to a national school.
Yeah.
So they're trying to eliminate all the bad boys. They're trying to bring in watu wazuri. Yeah. Shule at least it's a good national school.
Yeah.
And I remember pia shule nilikuwa na visanga. My mom came to school only once. Her pressure ikapanda juu. She never came to that school again. Babangu ndiye alikuwa anakuja Murang'a. My father has stepped in Murang'a. It's a story he always give. Very proud sometimes. Yeah. They're very proud sometimes when they're talking about these stories. And ndo nikuje kudiscover history yote. So form 1, form 2, kama kawaida, I went to school 2 weeks late than the normal reporting. 2 weeks later, tujue kama ni drama festival ama ni music festival kuna kuga nayo. I went. I used to be a dancer. At that time, I went. Kutoka hapo, it was cases after cases after cases. Nikapewa warning letter. My mother never signed up, never did anything. History yangu ya transformation came in form 3 tukielekea that term. And I went to...
I thought ni form 4.
So, no. It was in form 3. It was in form 3. Where now I felt like I need that transition. Na hiyo ni after nilikuwa nimepewa suspension kutoka Murang'a High School. Ya nyumbani, then went back and I'm like, hey, Watson, life is not waiting on you. Life easy rehearsal unafanya. So fanya hivi, you either shape up or shape out, man. And in form 3, I guess this is where I changed. I remember there was a time I underperformed in Murang'a High School. We had a very funny deputy principal. And akatuita pale mbele. I remember, was it in Form 3 or Form 4? So Form 3, I want to change. I want to be a better person. And of course, I proceeded to now Form 4. So transition imeanza Form 3. Now, Form 4, akanita mbele. I remember that day. And that day I stood before Muranga High School so boldly and I was like, good morning, Muranga High School. I remember that speech.
For real?
Yes.
Hey,
good morning, Muranga High School. My name is Watson Waiyaki. That time sikuwa nimesema ya Mora Wanjiru. But good morning, my name is Watson Waiyaki. Sikuanza na kusema ati kama nitapita mtihani ama I'll work better. I remember the quote that I said is, it doesn't matter how many times you fall. What really matters is how many times you fall, stand up, and still remain focused to your destination. Let me tell you, the school went in awe. Before I perform. Actually, I never said I'm going to perform. That was the end of that. And every student was like, yes, this is what we want. A new revolution is coming. You know, like, this is what we want. Yeah. And it was like that. Yeah. To a point, deputy principal now wanted to now even know me. So even as my transitioning. Now from that, I started being called dormitories on Thursdays. I used to speak to each and every dorm, like naenda naongelesha and advise them along the way. So the winnings zenye nimekuja kupata huku from Portikid is meeting God. So back then I never misikujua God. So mimi yangu ni enter, maliza tuende. Sunday kama kawaida, Saturday we had masses. On masses nilikuwa ninalala. I used to sleep. Yeah. On Sundays kama kawaida, go pray, toka, continue with your normal routine. Come huku inje. So for me, the most of the winning in Portikid is meeting God along the way in my financial journey or my entrepreneurship journey. And the rest ninasemaga, haya ni mambo ya dunia. Yeah. They come, there are seasons. They come, so it just depends on what you're gonna do. Yeah. So ninaweza kuwa na gari but naweza kosa plus na hiyo gari. Hata God maybe alikuwa anataka kuniambia, Watson, is very possible because buying a car for me used to be a prayer that I used to make. And I'm like, you know what? God, ninajua nanisikiaga. God, ninajua you only see my struggles and my willpower. Yeah. As one of the speakers wamesema, kuna kuga na the will. Ninataka, lakini ninashindwa, but niko na hiyo will. But ukinisaidia, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And along the way, so maybe hiyo ndo ilikuja. And kutoka hapo, the other achievement that I've gotten is I've wanted now to deepen my relationship with God, because there are tough times when I might come to explain something to you, but you're not going to understand me. Yeah. I might try and tell my parents my dreams, my visions, but there's a reason as to why this vision has been placed to you. Yeah. To you remember the story that I was telling you? About yourself. Yes. Yes. And it's the same thing. Ilea, I'm going to tell my parents about this, but they are trying to understand me, but they can't fully understand me. I'm going to tell my brother, I want your support in this. He's never going to fully understand me. But that vision that I have, ni God amekuweka. Yeah. So unless you go back to where you're from, ama to your maker, ama to that altar that you serve. Junasemaga kuna kuwaga na altars. Yeah. So it depends on hiyo altar yenye uko nayo. Huyo God mwenye unajua, go back to him. Tell him your wants, tell him your needs. Like, kuko hivi na hivi na hivi. And this is really, really, really what I want in life. And God will grant you. Hizi zingine zote nasemaga, mambo ya dunia, you're gonna get. If it's money we are seeking, there's more to life than money. Jupia along the way, my mom was admitted to Kenyatta Hospital just the other day. And being in Kenyatta shifted my mind kidogo. I saw people struggling. I saw people die. And at that moment of death, you understand that even this money that you really want, ipesa unakrivia at your deathbed, it really means nothing to you. And that is the moment you realize that life is much more important. Living a life of purpose is much more important. I used to tell my mother, and even today, namwambiaga, usiishi tu maisha juu unaishi ama unataka pesa. And most likely she's going to watch this. Namwambiaga, live a life of purpose. Yeah. Why are you in this world? And how I will define a purpose is, it's not what I do. Purpose is not what I do. Purpose is what people feel on what I do. So what do you feel when I sell to your house? What do you feel like? So to me, najemiaga mimi nina live purposefully. Okay, it's a service. So I will charge you. But you might come and tell me, Watson, hii pesa wanasema, I don't have. But because willingly, ninataka kuifanya, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And along the way, a blessing from it is gonna come from that. Okay. Yes.
That's so good. And is everyone an entrepreneur? Because hata kama some people are employed, unasikia mtu anasema, oh, by that I have a side hustle and I want to have a side hustle. Is everyone an entrepreneur?
I wouldn't say everyone is an entrepreneur, but not to dismiss people who have the entrepreneur ideas.
Yeah.
Because you might have an idea.
Yeah,
right? Many. But along the way, unapata executing them, number one thing, uko inje. Client relation, uko inje. Handling clients, very outside. In terms of, now there's one thing I always say, being an entrepreneur, it needs you being educated. I guess your point. Be educated. One thing, be educated about God. And apart from that, be educated even in terms of basically invest in knowledge. Read books before you become an entrepreneur. Sometimes we lose. Sikuagi a reader, but kuna kitu mzungu alisema, if you want to hide something from an African, hide it in books. So along the way, I've discovered like reading books sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the times, it expands your mind, expands what you think. And along the way, what now you remove from to the external world, ama what you bring to the table as an entrepreneurship, you realize, oh, kumbe hizi vitabu zimekuwa zikinisaidia. Why am I saying this? You're going to have an idea of a bakery, but you have no information, no knowledge whatsoever about bakery. Wewe ulisikia bakery sasa ukifungua ndo inakula. That is where money is. That is where money is, right? Yeah. So you went with the notion of that is where money is. Yeah. So along the way, I'm going for the notion of now, huku kuna pesa, I'm going to make money, because at the end of the day, kwenye tuko right now, we feel like money is more important for us to live. And of course, money is important, yes. I'm not going to downplay that side. It's very important. It's a major thing. But history entrepreneurship, the other thing people have mistakes of, apart from even knowledge, you feel like, biz or this business is not for me. Let me stop bakery, let me go open a car wash. You get me? So I'm now from bakery to car wash. You know what? Car wash, maji, stima, andanganya. I'm not gonna do this.
Okay, should I say this?
Yes.
Leo nikikuja hapa. Hiyo idea.
Umedungwa kidogo.
Idea car wash ilikuja. But continue.
Of which I'm saying,
Lord.
Sio vibaya kuwa na the ideas of opening a business. But before you go into this business, because let me tell you, along the way kuna hizo challenges nimepata. Nimefika mahali nimekosa pesa and I'm like, hey, wacha basi ni employee. Then along the way, remember, Watson, you're not even built for employment. If you look at this well, you're not built for employment. So you're just applying this because you just want 40,000, 50,000. Yeah. But in real sense, if you ask, you want your business to be stable. But one thing that has helped me is sticking in this business for the longest time. Yeah. Because I'll say maybe around 5 years, 6 years. I used to call myself CEO at 19. Yeah. CEO at 19.
When I was reading books, yeah.
Yes, CEO at 19. So you can tell imekuwa journey of, so assuming I stopped real estate and went to venture into car business. Then kidogo ya gas ndo inauza. So I want to open history ya gas na M-Pesa na kufungua hizi nini za banking. Banking. So we have the idea of banking that opens up with the banking na gas zinapelekanaga. I remember we had a season of quails. Yeah. Kuna quails. And people went for them so much. Of course, your time was so young. I didn't understand that. We had a season where maziwa ya ATM imetoka. And just because hatujona maziwa ya ATM, we want to rush into it. And people, watu wa kwanza, who had money and maybe a small idea, ventured into it na waliomoka. But people who came in later, it was, you want to open a matatu business. Nataka kuweka super metro. Maybe it's 6.8, 6.5 million. But let me tell you, you don't understand the struggles za jioni. Mtu wa cab ama mtu wa matatu ikwambia leo hajavokoma. Sana watu wa cab. You're like, today it's been a tough day, we don't have money. And maybe at the end of the day, you expect maybe 800 or 1,000. Yeah. Watu wa basi, like the same. So for me, I'll say in terms of entrepreneurship, don't just go into business just because it's lucrative. Sometimes there is something with a lot of discipline and consistency. Yeah. And sometimes I feel that's where we fail. Being inconsistent with something. You might feel like this video has garnered maybe 200 views and you feel like, if for Watson was powerful and it went to 200, or for Nyambura was 1K, but it's no longer growing, you stop and go and do something else. Sometimes we miss it. We might end up missing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what are some of the values that you'd advise entrepreneurs to actually have? I know you've mentioned of consistency.
Yes.
You can add.
So in terms of values, I will say we have consistency, we have discipline, and moreover, I don't know how to put e aspect here, God due. Sometimes I don't want to talk about God nikae kama I'm too religious, but you need that foundation with God on its own as a value, as a core principle of before I start whatever I'm doing, before I start this thing that I'm doing, I need to first have guidance from God. I need to hear him talking to me, ama wacha nimu involve. No, in case of something that will go wrong, I'll be able to go back to him and tell him, God, this is not what I wanted, but it's going like this. Help me. So from that, now we go to the consistency and discipline. Sometimes those two sell, and money will come.
Yeah.
People will come. Clienteles will come.
Yeah.
The other thing is how you put yourself out there, how you show up yourself out there.
Yeah.
I keep on saying, always show up. You never know, but how do you show up? How do you dress? How do you talk? How
I also told Nyambura the same thing.
Are you well put? Are you well put in all this? Like if a client sees you, are they able to know that we can negotiate a deal with you?
Yeah.
You understand me? So those are maybe the values that I'll tell someone to put in. And the other thing is, as much as possible, invest in books, read. I've not been someone who reads book, but I like, of late, napenda kusoma. I want to read. I want to grasp the thing in those books. That's something that's going to come and help me maybe in this journey that I might relate. Yes.
Apart from those values,
yes.
What's your parting shot?
My parting shot?
Yeah.
My parting shot again goes back to God.
Pastor Mora.
No. Sisi nimekuwa pastor, but again, my parting shot goes back to God.
Yeah.
And I wish and I pray that whoever will meet this video to understand that it's not too late kurudi kwa God.
Yeah.
And there's no condemnation going back to God.
Yeah.
And along the way, you're going to find your purpose. And for me, I always feel like my purpose is to help people become better. In my ile bio ya WhatsApp, I always say, inspire to aspire. Like, teach one. Each one, teach one. Like, get better. And when you get better, don't forget to take someone pale chini, mchukue, mshike mkono, mpeleke mahali. Because tuonge ukweli, okay, I feel bad because maybe sijaipata, sometimes sijaipata watu wa kunishika hiyo mkono, kuniambia, this is the way to go, regardless of what. Indo jachani umeamua, in case ukose ama in case ufanye nini, just give me a call. I'm gonna be there for you. So sometimes we have, na sana pia iko na boy child. Women, you have the women empowerment and the girls, whatever. But for boy child, and I always keep on saying, I'm gonna fight for boy child because we don't have people who really talk about us ama kututetea.
Okay.
But so for me, I'll be like, wacha nichukue mtu mmoja. Regardless, I'm gonna pick someone. I'm gonna try to elevate them to get somewhere. Because I've been in juu ya bodaboda. Nikisema Mungu, siombe tu mtu ateremshe kioo, aniangalie niambie, young man, what do you really want? Like nimwambie, I have ideas, I have things, but I don't have maybe someone or people to spearhead me with that vision. As I said, I'm the vision bearer. Whether I tell you, whether I tell my parents, whether I tell who, they'll never understand me. But sometimes nasema, God, just send that one person who is gonna maybe touch me or andikuja nichukue mkono nionyeshe nikwambie, Watson, what do you need? Never suffer in this life so long as I'm alive. So my parting shot is
like a destiny helper.
Destiny helper. Mtu atakushika tu nakwambia tuende hivi. So for me, I will always feel my purpose will always to pick someone, try and show them the way, and at least uplift their lives. And from there, go to the next person. Build people, build relationships, and at the end of the day, man, say God will bless us. God will bless us.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Yes.
And I hope when I start my journey in entrepreneurship, ukwe too ready.
I'm always ready.
For calls.
Sijafika hapo, but maybe the time tu unanipigia, I'll be somewhere better.
Yeah.
And doing good, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And where can our people actually reach on your social media platforms?
Actually, my handles just go by Portikid Realty. Only on Instagram where I go by Portikid Realty _254. That's where we sell homes. I'm ready to give you a home anytime, any day. The place we give you exclusivity and bespoke real estate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. Looking forward to having you on the next episode. Kwaheri.
Till then, peace out.
Rona, as easy as?
Easy.
You see?
Thank you so much.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Pastor Maura.
Sitakuwa pastor.